Here, have a look. Oil is floating on water. Are you assuming that this is because of density? Yes, you are right. Oil has less density than water, hence it floats. However, there is another reason due to which oil floats on water. The reason is that both oil and water are immiscible liquids. That is, they do not mix with each other even if we shake them. They separate out into two layers when kept undisturbed for some time.
Hey!
Okay, so children, that's just a little bit video clip about our lesson. Now we're going to have the introduction of density, because I've been telling you density a while ago, but then maybe we're just going to have more about density. Just a moment, please. Okay, now we're going to have this one. Okay. What is density? There you go. Just a moment, children. We're going to share my screen. Okay, coming in. There you go. So we're going to have first the introduction of density. What does density means?
We left out in the previous video. If we drop a piece of balsa wood and a metal pin of the same mass into the water, what will happen? Will both of them float, or will both of them sink? Or one stays afloat and one sinks? Just by intuition, we can say that the wooden block will float and the metal pin will sink.
Okay.
But if they're of the same mass,
to have another. Okay, so children, we have here another example of two objects. Two objects. We're going to see if they're going to sink or float. Okay, so we have here a wooden box and an egg. Okay, so what will happen if you're going to drop them in the water?
we can will float and the metal pin will sink. But if they're of the same mass, what does that happen?
We have here the wooden block the wooden block sink. The wooden block float in the other one sink, children. So what happened?
Shouldn't both float because of this happens because of the difference in their densities. But what's density?
Okay, so what happened? Okay, why does this one happen? Why the other one sink and the other one float? Okay, so it means they have different density. Now, what does density means?
Look at these two parking lots of the same size. One has 3 cars and the other has many cars. Which one is more dense? This one, correct? Yes. Now look at these two forests. Which one is more dense with trees? One. So in the same given amount of space, we say that it's denser. Density is simply the measure of how compact the mass in a substance or object is. If we have to go by its scientific definition, we would say that it's mass per unit volume. In short, it tells us how much mass exists in a given volume. The unit of density is kilogram per meter cubed. Mass is in kilograms and volume in meter cubed. Coming back to our example, why did the wood float and the pin sink? The wood floated on water because the density of the wood is lesser than the density of water. Hence, the upthrust of water on the wood is greater than the weight of the wood. Hence, it floated. But the density of a metal pin is more than the density of water. Though it looks tiny, there's more mass per unit volume within it as compared to water. Hence, the upthrust of water on the pin is less than the weight of the pin. So what can we conclude? If the density of an object is lesser than the density of the liquid, then it will float. And if the density of an object is more than the density of the liquid, then it will sink. We'll understand.
Okay, so we're going back to Ivan. I'm going to replay in here. Okay, then I will just going to pause and then I will just speak. Okay.
Intuition.
So we have here, okay, so we're going to have, okay, so we're going to repeat again. So we have the wooden block and then the pin. Okay, so we have the wooden block sink in the wooden block sink, float in the water. Why? Because it has a lesser density than the water.
Block will float
so what does
and
it
the
mean?
metal pin will sink. But if they're of the same mass, why does that happen? Shouldn't both float because of the buoyant force? This happens because of the difference in their densities. But what's density? Look at these two parking lots of the same size. One has 3 cars and the other.
Okay, so for you to understand what does density means, we have an example of this one. Okay, so this part has a lot of cars. Okay, so the parking space, this one is in a parking space. Okay, children. So this one was all taken by cars. Okay, so the spaces was of the parking lot was all taken, while in this one they are only have, who is that? Okay, this one has only 3 cars. Okay, so what happened? We're going to have another
cars. Which one is more dense? This one, correct? Yes. Now look at these two forests. Which one is more dense with trees?
Okay, so when it means more dense, the more compact. Okay, more compact. So this one, which is more dense, children? This part or this part? Has a lot of trees. This part or this part? The right, the right, the right or the left?
The right.
The right? Okay. Where are you? Okay. Which is more dense, the right or the left? Okay, so we're just going to have A, this one, and B. A or B?
A. A.
A or B?
A.
Okay, A. So this is more dense. So you can see a lot of trees in here. While this one, it has spaces. Okay? One more.
Trees? Clearly, it's this one. So in the same given amount of space, if there are more things, we say that it's denser. Density is simply the measure of how compact the mass in a
okay. So, children, I think I already showed you this one before, that a solid has a more doesn't have spaces. We already have this one, liquid, solid, and gas, right, children? The mass in the gas can freely move because they are very far from each other. While the solid, they are completely there is no space. That's why the solid is very hard, right? And it cannot be compressed. Though it can be compressed if you're going to do, okay? But then the liquid, they are a little bit far from each other, but they can move freely. We already have this one before. The solid, the gas in the liquid. I already show you the mass. Right? Am I right? Can you still remember, children? Yes or no? Sophia is still thinking. I've already shown you this one before. How
Object
compact
is.
the mass of an object is for liquid, solid, and
If
gas.
we have to go by its scientific definition, we would say that it's mass per unit volume. In short, it tells us how much mass exists in a given volume. The unit of density is kilogram per meter cubed. Mass is in kilograms and volume in meter cubed. Coming back to our example,
Okay. Now we're going to go back to the example a while ago.
why did the wood float and the pin sink?
the wood float
The
in
wood
the
floated on
metal
water
tin?
because the
Sink.
density of the wood is lesser than the density of water. The upthrust.
Yes. Okay, so children, we have here why does the wood float? The wooden wood float? Because what? Can you read this one, Sophia?
In the top or the bottom.
In the bottom, please.
The wood float on the water because density of the wood.
Okay, so the wood floated on water because the density of the wood. What happened? Why is the density?
Because the
The reason.
density of the wood is lesser than the density of water.
Okay, so it means that the density of the wood is lesser than the density of water. You can see this one density wood is lesser. This one is less than the density of the water. Okay, so if it is less than the density of water, it will float. Okay, so this one is the wooden wood is solid. Two.
Hence, the upthrust of water on the wood is greater than the weight of the wood. Hence, it floated. But the density of a metal pin is more than the density of water. Though it looks tiny, there's more mass per unit volume within it as compared to water.
Okay, so the metal pin sink because it has a greater density than the water. Okay, so it means it is heavy. In the wooden wood is light only, not too heavy. That's why it's float in the water. Okay, so some things float in the water are paper. What else, children? Plastic. What else? Could you please give me a light object that can float in the water? Anybody?
Plastic bag.
Plastic bag. What else?
Plastic cup.
Plastic cup. What else?
Plastic bottle.
Plastic bottle. What else? How about paper? Can it float in the water? Yes or no?
Yes.
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 Okay, what else?
A sponge.
A sponge. Okay, what will? If the sponge will gonna absorb water, will it sink or will it float? Will it sink or will it float? If the sponge were going to absorb water, what do you think? Okay, that would be your assignment, Sophia. Let me see. Okay, what else, children? Going to ask you on Monday. What else, children? Aside from plastic bottle, plastic cups, plastic bags, does paper we're gonna float in the water? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. What else? Aside from paper, from plastic bag, pencil. What else? Pencil made up of
Wood.
wood. Okay. So a wood can float in the water also, right? So because has a lesser density than the water. Okay. How about a metal knife? Will it sink or will it float in the water?
It will sink.
It will sink. Why?
Because it is heavy.
Okay, because it is heavy. That's the simplest Explanation, why does the object will going to sink in the water? Because it is heavy. Okay, why does it float? Because it is only light. It has a lesser density than the water. Why it sink? Because it has a greater density than the water. It is heavy. In other words, it is heavy. Can you understand me? Yes or no, children?
Yes.
Okay, so just a moment, we're going to have another video about the experiment of an object if they're going to float or sink in the water. Okay, so we're going to have this one, an experiment. Okay, so why oil float in the water? You have listen in the video. Show the video a while ago that I have shown you. Why does the oil float in the water? Why? I'm going to give you 5 points. Those who can answer. No one can answer. I'm going to give you that.
Please.
Okay, why does the oil float in the water? Oil na. Oil float in the water. Why? Why does it float in the water? Okay, so that would be your assignment. Yes? You want to answer?
Because it's the same density as the water.
Okay, very good. And what else? What else?
And they are both liquid.
And they are both liquid. They cannot mix from each other. The oil cannot mix in water. Okay, very good, Sophia. I'm going to give you 5 points. Wait a minute. Oh my goodness. 5 points. Sophia, 5 points, 32. 5. Okay. So we're going to have 9. Density experiment, oil and water. Oh, we cannot have this one. I want to show you. I want to show you something a while ago. Should be an experiment of density. Okay. This one. Experiment oil and water. Okay. We're just going to have an experiment oil and water in here. We're just going to present. Just a moment.
Teacher,
Yes. Any problem, Marvin?
มีอีพับกระทงอยู่
Huh?
ตอนนี้พับกระทงอยู่
What is it?
จะมาพับอะไรตอนนี้เป็นเวลาเรียน
โอ้ยฉันจะพับไปก่อนนั่นแหละ แล้วก็เรียนไปด้วยเนี่ย
Okay.
Marvin is making a
Kratong.
yes.
Yes. I don't understand. It's okay, Marvin. Just keep quiet and listen. Okay, Marvin? Okay. So, children, we're going to have this one.
Hey everyone, my name's Franny and I'm here today with my sister Lily. Anna, say hi. Hi. And we are going to teach you an experiment that uses liquids to teach you about density.
This one is an experiment, children. So they are sisters, Anna and Lily. Anna and Lily.
Density. It's going to be fun. We're going to use different liquids and see what happens with those. But before we even begin, I want to go over all the materials that you guys are going to need today. This way, if you wanted to do it from home with us, you're more than welcome to go along. So the materials that you'll need are some plastic clear containers. I happen to have some cups that are plastic, but if you have glass or if you have little jars that are clear, you just want to be able to see through it. So I have a few of those. 4 should be good. You're also going to need oil. tend to use, we have some vegetable oil that we use for cooking. Any type of cooking oil should be, good for the experiment. It's just any type of oil. You'll also need water. I happen to have a pitcher of water here. You can use tap water. It doesn't have to be any certain temperature. That's just room temperature water. And then lastly, you'll need food coloring. The food coloring is to dye the water. The water needs to be a different color in order for the experiment to work best. I suggest using liquid food coloring dye, and you can even mix colors. I only have 2 here, so we'll actually mix to make red, blue, and then 1 purple. Oh, and you'll need either straws, like plastic straws like this, or eyedroppers in order to get the liquid from the cups into the other cups. And I'll show you more about that when we get into the experiment, but just have that handy for now. But before we start that fun experiment, I want to show you guys something more about density, because even though I'm sure some of you
okay, we're just going to make it fast.
Just go over it and get a.
Okay.
She was right.
This one you cannot. Okay, there you go. Maybe they're going to have a water in a cup. Sorry, children. The internet is very weak. Just going to cut that one off. Okay, so children, so we have here the density. Okay, so density. Did you understand our lesson? Yes or no?
Yes.
Oh, okay, not understand. Okay. So the heavier the object is, it will sink in the water. If it is heavy, it will sink. When it is light, it will float. That is the easiest explanation of our lesson for today. The simplest explanation of our lesson for today. Okay, so a paper, a wood, a plastic, any kind of plastic will gonna float in the water. Why will it gonna float in the water? Because it has a lesser density than the water. Okay, so we have the stone, the rock, the metals, the knife, metal knife, we're gonna sink in the water because it is heavy. It has a greater density than the water. Or the mass of the object is compact than the water, because the water, the mass of the water is just a little bit far from each other and they can move freely. So while the metal, it is very compact and it is heavy. Okay, so children, did you understand? Yes or no? Okay, so just a moment. We're just going to give you something. So this one is an activity, children. An activity. About material that sink or float in the water. You're just going to drop. Here we go. You open that one on your copy. Okay, children, it's on your, it's already in our group in line. You can open it now. Okay, if you are finished, children, if you are finished, do not write down or do not send your score in our chat box. I will going to ask you one by one, okay? Marvin, could you please stop doing first you're just going to drag the box where it belongs, if it's sink or float, okay? So we have here, to float means to stay above the surface of the water. Materials that sink or float. To float means to stay above the surface of the water. To sink means to fall to the bottom of the water. So objects that are less dense than water will float, while those that are denser than water will sink. Okay, so we have here the examples. You're just going to drag the box. If it will going to float, you're going to put in here. Okay, so you're just going to drag the box. Okay, if it is, your answer is it will going to float, just put it there. But if your answer will gonna sink, you're just going to drag here. Okay, do you understand, children? Yes or no? Yeah. Okay, how about this one? We have here a paper boat. Does the paper boat will gonna float? You're going to put in here if it will gonna float. It will float. Okay, you're just going to drag the box from where it belongs. Okay, where your answer is, if it will gonna float or sink. Teacher Boy, good morning.
Good morning, teacher.
Teacher, are you the one who's recording the video?
Yes.
Teacher, it's not okay.
You want to stop it?
Yes, I don't like it.
Okay.
Sorry. Marvin, could you please stop what you are doing and answer first the activity? Okay? Marvin.
Okay.
Okay. Good. You can continue that one after you finish. Sitแล้วtama ni. It's okay. You can do it. You can do your karatong, okay? Marvin? Okay. Teacher understand you because you're going to float a karatong tonight. It's okay. But do first this one, okay?
Okay.
Marvin is finished.
Children, do not write down your scores on the chat box. I will call you one by one. What did I tell you? If you are not listening, if you're going to write down your scores in the chat box, I will give you -1. Right? Great job. Femi. You are not listening. Do not write your score on the chat box, children. I will call you one after the other to ask for your score later. Okay, thank you. When I do like this one, it means I write down my message in all capital letter. Teacher is a little bit English because you are not listening. Okay.
Do NOTWRITE your score on the chat box, children.
Are you done doing your กระท้อง
อย่าเขียนคะแนนของคุณบน chat box children
มาวีเรียนของที่เชอร์เข้าใจแล้วเหรอลูกไปทำกระทงเดี๋ยวถามภาษาอังกฤษเดี๋ยว
ครูปุ้ยคะ
ค่ะ
ตรงชื่อนามสกุลนะคะต้องเขียนด้วยไหมคะ
เขียนค่ะลูก
เขียนเป็นชื่อจริงไม่ใช่ชื่อเล่นใช่ไหมคะ
ตรงไหนน่ะไปบอก
ตรงข้างบนนะคะที่
No, it's okay. Do not write down your name.
อ๋อมันเขียนไม่ได้ลูกมันเขียนมาได้
มันเขียนได้
มันเขียนได้
มันเขียนได้เหรออ๋อได้ใช่เขียนเลยเมื่อกี้มันคลิกไม่ได้ตอนนี้คลิกได้แล้ว
ครูคะงั้น
ต้องเป็นภาษาอังกฤษนะคะเลิก
เขียนชื่อจริงภาษาอังกฤษใช่ไหมคะ
ค่ะ
หนูเขียนไปแค่เนมอ่ะเพราะว่าอันอื่นหนูไม่
เป็น
รู้
นิกเรียนก็ได้ค่ะเลิก
ที่ชื่อบอกไม่ต้องเขียนก็ได้
ไม่ต้องเขียนก็ได้เพราะคะแนนมันจะขึ้นเราจะเอาแค่คะแนนนะตอนนี้
ไอรีนไม่ต้องพิมพ์คะแนนเดี๋ยวทีเชื่อถามเองโอเค
ชื่อคะแนนชื่อไม่ใช่เหรอแต่คะแนนเราบอกอย่างนี้ไม่ใช่เหรอเด้อ มีใครทำเสร็จแล้วบ้างคะเด็กๆวินที่ดา
เดี๋ยว
ว
ค่ะ
เรียา
หนูค่ะ
อ๋อที่เชื่อบอกว่า ask for your score later ใช่ไหมจำคะแนนตัวเก่าดีๆด้วยสู
ค่ะ
อุ้ยฉันหิวเด็กๆหนูเข้าใจเนื้อหาที่เธอสอนเมื่อกี้ใช่ไหมคะเลิกเกี่ยวกับความหนาแน่นนะคะ
ค่ะ
ความหนาแน่นนะคะเมื่อกี้
Finish, children? Finish?
Yes, teacher.
How about the others who are not yet finished? Raise your hand, please. Those who are not yet finished, could you please raise your hands, children? Let me see who are not yet finished. Everybody finished, oh? Everybody finished already? Great job. Great job. Are you done with your poem, Marvin? Yes, can I see? Can I see your kratong, Marvin?
Yes.
Can I? Can I? Can I?
ไง
Wait it.
ให้ทีเชอร์ให้โชว์กระทงเหรอ ใช่ของฉันกำลังท
Oh. When are you going to float your kratong, Marvin? In the afternoon? When are you going to float your kratong, Marvin?
ำจะลอยกระทงเมื่อไหร่มาวิน
He's busy. He's busy.
มาวินกระทงเสร็จหรือยังลูกเสร็จแล้วครับ3 อันโอ้โหทำเองเหรอ
That's bad.
ทำเองเหรอลูกทำเองจริงเปล่าไหนดูซิตอนเด็กชอบทำกระทงมาก ตอนโตชอบทำอะไรครับ แล้วตอนโตชอบทำอะไรพอไปเล่นน้ำเหมือนเดิมตอนโตก็อันสุดท้ายเธอจะลอยกระทงเมื่อไหร่ก็ดูจากวันนี้สิ
Wari.
ที่ขาดไม่ได้เลยทุกคนก็คือ
Wari -1.
ผมเลย
Okay, so children, I'm going to call you one after the other so that I will get your scores now. So everybody finished, right? Everybody said they are finished. So let me see. Okay, that's good. Good to know that you are done. Number one, how many did you get? Number one? Park always absent, oh? Is Park always absent or he's here? It's just that he is not answering my call. Or he's not answering my question sometimes. If he's here or not. Number two, Park, are you here?
Yes.
Park, how many did you get? How many did you get, Park?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
How many?
พักได้เท่าไหร่ลูกพักยังไม่ได้ทำหรือเปล่า
No. Okay. Number two. Number three.
8 over 10
Okay. Number 3, 8. Children, children, next time, that's why I've made a group chat for us. Next time I will going to let you take a photo of your activity and send it in our line group. Do you understand? Next time. Can be next week. That would be starting next week. I'm going to let you screenshot your work, okay? because I'm not sure for the others if they are doing their activities. Okay, number 4.
10.
Number 5. Number 6. Number 7.
5.
Number 8.
5 over 10.
Okay. Number 9. Marvin, I thought you said 3 points. You got 3 points a while ago. Why it become 5 again? Can you please screenshot your work, Marvin? Are you done doing your kratong, right? Can I have a screenshot of your activity? Send it in our line. Thank you. Next, number 9. Ati, are you here, Ati? Hi, Ati. Ati. Oh, Ati's not here. Number 10. Number 11. Number 12. Number 13. Number 13, Pukin, you have your own microphone, right? Your microphone is working, right?
Yes.
You can just tell me what's your score. I just want to hear your voice, children. That is why I am calling you one after the other so that I can hear your voice. If you are into test, if you are with us or you're doing something while you are having we are having our class. Okay. Number 14.
7 over 10.
Okay. Let me see. For those who are paying attention. Number 15.
8.
Number 16.
9 over 10.
Number 17. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23.
8 over 10.
8. 24. 25.
9 over 10.
26. 27.
Teacher, 8.
Yes.
8 over 10.
27. 8. 29. 28. 28. Yes, Irene. Irene.
Teacher, me 28.
Who is that? 28? Yes, 28. How many did you get? 28?
7 point.
7. 29. 29.
8 over 10.
30.
7 over 10.
How many? How many?
7.
I cannot understand. Money, are you okay? Seven. 31. 31. 32. Okay, 7. 32.
8.
8. 33.
9.
34. 35. 36.
9 over 10.
By Buwa is number 19. 37. 37. Yeah.
8/10.
Okay. So children, I'm going to check your attendance, okay? If you are here, say present. If no one is answering, it means absent. Number one. Absent. Okay. Number two. Number two is Fuse. I don't know what your class number is. Put down your class number or just speak. Use your microphone. I want to hear your voice. Number three. Number three. Number three. Hi. Can you see Boom? The background. I think Boom is playing something. See? Boom. Boom.
Yeah.
Oh. See? Number four.
Yes.
Number five. Present. Number six. Absent. Number seven. Number seven. Are you here yet?
Yeah, teacher.
Present. Number eight. Number eight. Present or absent? Number eight. Present. Number eight. Number nine. Number 10. Number 11. Number 12. Number 13. Number 13. Number 14.
Present.
Number 15.
Present.
Number 16. 17. 18.
Yes.
17.
Yes.
17. How many did you got?
7.
Teacher.
Yes.
16.
Okay. 18. Ida. Ida, how many did you get, Ida?